talking specifically about the movie, and you see a great turnout today on a rainy Saturday for this film. What does this turnout from this audience mean to you?
Oh, it means a lot. Thank you so much. Sorry. Oh. Okay. So what's great for my family is, well, I'm just going to go there. Might as well start with it. I just lost my partner 5 weeks ago. And I want to say that when I grew up, I've got a good message about that. When I grew up, I was alone. I was completely alone. And for the first half of my life, I had my mother. So I'm so happy that I had my mother. And for the last half of my life, I had my partner, Morris. The two most important people in my life. And I, knowing and being 65, know how many people have nobody. So I am so lucky. I feel I'm rich. I've been loved. And so with my family, all of us at different parts have felt alone. And we feel like, you asked me how I feel, we've been adopted by the world. Eric has been adopted by the world. We've been adopted by you all. So I just feel love for all of you. Thank you.
Prior to the screening, we were talking a bit about this, and I think when we create stories, we put all of our personal lives and our personal connections into the films, but also when we're watching movies made by someone else or made by us, it connects with us depending on what our lived experiences have been. And so I think maybe you made this movie a couple of years ago now, and reflecting now with tragedy in your life. I'm just curious how you view the film now.
I'm out of it now. So I will tell you that one time I heard Liza Minnelli talking about her mother, and she wrote the story 10 years after her mother passed, and she said, I finally buried my mother. And at the time I didn't understand it, but I do now. And when I watch the film now, I know that I have to finally bury Eric. And it just means a transition, that's all. The person is with you forever. But to honor someone who's passed, you have to live. And the way to live is to remember, cherish the memories, and show other people what you learned from the person who passed. So that's how I feel about the film now. I feel like it did a good job of doing that. And you know what's funny? I checked Morris's phone. I don't have a cell phone. I checked it today, and it said he had a notice doc. And I was like, what does that mean? I forgot that he was coming to this. So it was so cute. Little moment, you know.
You have, throughout your life, told your story, many different mediums, many different ways. You have a memoir. What made you land on this time telling your story and your family story through a documentary?
Okay, so that's layered. The person who's the quietest originally in our family is me. And I've interviewed a lot of people who are writers who tell their true stories and things. Often the person who's watching things is the person who becomes the storyteller. So it's not surprising that the person who's quiet, who's taking things in and not really living, is the person who has the best memory, who remembers everything like almost like a perfect memory, and who is going to be the writer and storyteller. So I wrote the books to tell the truth about my family story because I was sick of someone else controlling our story. What happens is when you're famous young for infamy, the story is distorted, and so I wanted to control. I learned, and I help other survivors control the story. If you want to learn from me, own the story, control the story. That's what I would tell the Epstein victims. Don't rely on someone else to tell your story, because they never will, the way that you would. And so for Eric, I mean, I had retired from all this stuff before Eric passed, and I came back just to tell Eric's story. And so I feel great. I told Eric's story, and I'm done like dinner.
Making a documentary, making any film ever, you need help from family and friends along the way. I would love to hear just some interesting stories about you